Snipers, you have to see what's happening to the Bitcoin price this Saturday as we've yet to break through 56,000 US dollars with today's candle, and that put us below the candle high of yesterday at 56,100. But we did have a bearish tail yesterday with Bitcoin's daily candle, and so are we going to be getting the rug pulled on us at some point or another to retest this market structural support at 49,700? I want to talk about the potential scenario, and I said to hold off on shorting Ethereum yesterday. And of course, that proved to be a great move as Ethereum is still trying to come up and test 3650. But the question is, with this bearish red candle from yesterday, is it going to be time soon to take a short position on Ethereum for a potential drop to 3454? All of that is going to have to do with whether or not Bitcoin is going to come and test 49,700. But remember, this Ethereum to Bitcoin chart for the first time crossing 65,000 Satoshis is a huge puzzle piece as we are below the 50-day and 100-day moving average. And if we cross back below 65,000 Satoshis, that is a confirmation, not just for Ethereum, but other altcoins, that we are potentially seeing Bitcoin strength into the next 2 to 3 months, let's say maybe even 6 months, because this would be a more macro support. If we break it, it's a macro shift in the market, and we're already seeing the effects of this with the chart that factors in altcoins outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum below the 50-day moving average, only forming a lower high so far on September 6th. And of course, the total cryptocurrency market cap chart, something that we've been closely monitoring over the last 3 days, is testing this extremely important resistance. If we break above this, that means we're going to be seeing new all-time highs for the total cryptocurrency market cap chart. It's a very important day. I want to talk about what's happening. The markets are the most manipulated on Saturday and Sunday due to CME futures being closed. There's a lot of rumors saying that a Bitcoin ETF is coming out. Should we be longing Bitcoin right now, buying the hype and then selling the news? Well, we're going to talk about that today. For those inside of the Discord group, we've already taken 9-day trades on altcoins like Harmony, Seller Network, Acropolis. I even took a day trade for Shibu Inu, and they have been hitting targets. Of course, we have the best trade signals in this market. The link is in the description below. And with these altcoins moving, does that tell us that there still is some gas left for this upside move? Well, that's certainly on the table. Let's dive into this Bitcoin intraday analysis first and foremost. Let's start on this weekly chart because tomorrow this weekly candle closes and we have a very strong body, a very strong continuation candle. But we've seen these candles in the past when Bitcoin is consolidated and we've failed to actually see a real continuation from these type of bullish continuation candles. So the question is, what is Bitcoin's next move? There's certainly a lot of traders undecided with whether or not Bitcoin is going to be able to cross back above 58,300, because if that happens, that's the next major resistance. If we can get above that, potentially new all-time highs are on the table, and that would also assume the total market cap chart is moving up. But Bitcoin dominance for the first time since January of 2021, when altcoin season started, has come above the 20-week moving average. And that would typically only happen if we're going to be seeing downside in the total cryptocurrency market cap chart, like what happened in 2018 when we started to see Bitcoin dominance move away from this 35% dominance level, coming all the way out to this 72% dominance level at the peak around January of 2021. And we actually reached that level as well in September of 2019. So the question is, are we seeing Bitcoin dominance move up because the total market cap is ready to move down? Or are we going to be rejecting this 20-week moving average? This is also going to be an extremely important weekly candle to monitor into tomorrow's close. With Bitcoin dominance, this is the biggest puzzle piece that we have to monitor. And when we look at the 6-hour chart for Bitcoin, notice how right now we are sort of moving up little by little. We've yet to see sellers come in, but we do have descending buy volume. And why is that important? Well, we have descending buy volume, but we have higher highs forming. That's called a bearish divergence. Now, understand this. When you start to see this descending volume, let's look at this move that Bitcoin had here on September 6th, where it came to 53,000, then dropped 19%. This was certainly a rug pull. If we were to just take away this volume, I'm going to actually move my face because you're going to want to see the volume before the move. Notice how, if we look at what happened, we also had descending buy volume on the 6-hour chart before the major rug pull and the 19% drop. Something similar is happening right now. So does that mean that it's just going to come unexpectedly? Well, for those in the Discord, you know for damn sure you're going to be getting those signals because we have a dozen analysts, including myself, monitoring this market 24/7. And I'd love to see more participation in the crypto chat, by the way. We have the #1 community in this market, and we're seeing charts every single minute being posted. Look at this, 10:35 right now. It's 10:40. 5 minutes ago, Tim K posted a chart. Look at, what is he saying here? We've got an ABC correction potentially. I'd love to see more participation in the Discord. We have 25,000 members, one of the largest crypto Discords in the world, and certainly the #1 crypto Discord in the world. Now, with this descending buy volume, similar to what happened when Bitcoin came to 53,000, then saw that 19% drop, is that a concern as an umpire in my books? Certainly is. Now, understand this. We did see on this daily chart for Bitcoin a red candle already from this move to the upside, right? So I think that that's certainly a puzzle piece from October 7th, and then this bearish tail. We've yet to break the candle body highs with today's candle. And so are we just going to be seeing consolidation? Well, understand this. If Bitcoin stays between 53,000 and 56,000, the likelihood of Ethereum moving above 3650 becomes a lot more probable, because we know what happens when Bitcoin consolidates. It gives the opportunities for altcoins to move up. And so that's why I've been very cautious right now with shorting Ethereum. We've already taken 2 shorts. They've already hit targets as we moved up to 35.70 initially and then came back to 34.99. We took that short. Short positions you want to be in and out of quick, of course. Now, with this Bitcoin range that we're in at 53,000 to 56,000, how are the smaller time frames reacting to this? We go into the 3-hour chart. Notice we're certainly in a channel. So far, candles are just forming higher lows. That typically says that there are people still buying these dips. There's not much ascending sell pressure on the 3-hour chart, which tells me that this weekend, anything could happen. If we break above 56,000, the next level of resistance is 58,353. Are we going to be seeing Bitcoin move to the upside, or is it just going to consolidate to the side for altcoins to move before maybe the last breath and then a move to the downside? That's certainly on the table as well. Remember this ascending support level that we've been monitoring as well on this 3-hour chart. When Bitcoin first came down here and tested this $41,000 level, and then it came and tested 47,000. We've yet to test this ascending support level. That showing more vertical price action right now tells me things are still bullish. At any point we can come and test this support level, and now we have some room for Bitcoin to see some downside but not necessarily see a dump. And so this is a very interesting time. The biggest concern I'd say I have today is the descending buy volume. We've yet to see ascending pressure, and that's exactly what happened when Bitcoin tested that $53,000 level. When we look at what's happening to Ethereum, we're also seeing this sort of curvature here, this channel resistance. We've already started to have this cup of coffee, for pretty much the last 4 days here. When you have a cup of coffee, that means it's not the final destination. You're either going to turn back around or you're going to continue to move in the same direction, which is actually the more probable scenario when you're having a cup of coffee. Are we going to be seeing Ethereum move to the upside? Very funny. If you look at this candle 3 days ago, it was an indecision candle between 36.50 and 34.54. So I think that patience is the name of the game right now, specifically for the intraday traders. For the swing traders entering long positions at these higher levels, I would say maybe waiting for Bitcoin to make another move and then finally seeing some relief would be the time for swing traders to get into positions. Of course, for those in the Discord, we have not just day trades for intraday traders, but we also have our swing trades under crypto signals, and those go for a lot higher targets. And so I think that it's certainly a time not just for swing traders, but for day traders to show some patience, because let's go into the 15-minute chart. Notice how we're starting to see actually some increased volume at these higher prices. And so with this increased volume, why wouldn't we start to see a move to the upside until we see the rug get pulled, which if it's going to happen, it's probably going to happen in the next 24 to 48 hours because it's the weekend. But we're seeing good volume right now at the higher price ranges. That can typically drive price up, right? Now, with all of this indecision between 53,000 and 56,000, what are the other revolving parts of this market? Because we're a four-dimensional channel that we really want to watch right now. Because the other parts of the market are certainly going to be affecting Bitcoin and the total market cap. Well, over this, move that we've seen to the upside since we came down from around 41,000 up to 54,000, I've been very concerned with what was happening to the S&P 500 crossing below the 100-day moving average, closing daily candle bodies below this level for the first time since October of 2020. And now you can see we closed the week below the 50-day moving average. And so what did that actually put on the weekly chart? Well, it put an indecision candle sitting right at the 20-week moving average, which we haven't necessarily seen in a very long time for the S&P 500. We know this is a very correlated market. Is Bitcoin and Ethereum just going to range? Is Bitcoin going to range and Ethereum is going to move up into Sunday before we can actually get an answer from the traditional markets? That's also a puzzle piece on the table, because this is the first time we've really seen this much indecision around the 20-week moving average for the S&P 500. So that's been a certainly a concern for me from this upside move for Bitcoin, because we know the markets are very correlated. And then the other concern has been the DXY, of course, moving above 93.82, and with such a strong correlation to Bitcoin dominance, the DXY already double bottomed and has maintained price action over the 20-week moving average since June of this year. Bitcoin dominance is just now showing that it is double bottomed, because guess what? We've yet to form lows since May. And that was when we saw the 64,000 top. And now we finally came and tested this 20-week moving average. This was actually one of our most boldest predictions recently. And this was awesome because a lot of analysts were expecting this to continue down, Bitcoin dominance. And I said, no, the DXY double bottoming, it's so correlated, it makes no sense for that to happen. So a big question Adonis and I actually have, because I guess you can say we're the philosophers in the Discord. Man, I love our Discord community, by the way. I'm telling you, we have the #1 cryptocurrency trading community in the world. And I'm going to be speaking on stage tomorrow about that. And so Adonis and I had two big questions. Is the DXY decoupling away from Bitcoin dominance? Or is the DXY going to come back below 20-week moving average for those that are assuming that Bitcoin dominance is ready to actually see further downside and for altcoins to continue up? Because a lot of people have that opinion. So that would assume, as a philosopher, that there's going to be a decoupling for the first time ever in a I don't think there's ever been a decoupling between Bitcoin dominance and DXY. That assumes that happens, or it assumes the DXY crosses back below the 20-week moving average. So those are two very bold predictions that I think are very unlikely, because those are not patterns of the past. And when you're looking at markets, the past typically repeats itself. And so I think that that's huge for us to watch right now with the DXY as a revolving part. And then, of course, when we look at commodities, gold did end the week pretty stale, along with U.S. oil actually showing strength. Some other commodities have been doing well. If you look at the total commodity index, they've been very strong. Commodities strengthening aren't typically the best for traditional markets. It shows a little bit of fear in more risk-on assets, as I talked about yesterday. And then Japan not looking good to close the week below the 20-week moving average, and actually closing the week below the 50-week moving average. So with these negative puzzle pieces, the real question is, as Sunday and Monday comes and we start to see institutions place their bets, is that going to be the decision point for Bitcoin? And I think that that's going to certainly be the case. If we continue to range above 53,000, I would be very highly cautious of shorting Ethereum, especially as I mentioned earlier, altcoins have been moving. That's why we've been taking long trades on them. And so this type of liquidity flowing into altcoins, that typically isn't a sign of a slowdown just yet. And so the rug can get pulled at any time. We'll be monitoring the smaller time frames to ensure you guys get that notification, of course. And with that being said, I'm going to head out to White Dubai. We have an event there today for those that are part of the Coin Agenda conference. Once again, tomorrow I'm going to be speaking on stage with Crypto, Carl the Moon, and Da Vinci for those at the Coin Agenda conference. I'd love to see you guys. And for those not at the conference, I don't think you can purchase tickets at this point. And with that, thank you all for tuning in to the Snipers channel today. Until next time, snipers